Shizentai, which means the natural posture. This means not only my posture physically, but my mind. Okay. How many of you drive cars? A bunch of you, okay? How many of you drive a bicycle? Okay, so everybody drives something, right? So when you drive, you look peripheral. You don't stare at anything, do you? You have confidence that if you just have good posture and you look out here, you will react. It just happens, okay? If you're stiff and doing this, or driving a car worried about the brakes, you know, you're good for 5 minutes, okay? You will have an accident. Okay, Shizentai means the feet are underneath you, just like this, like the way I'm standing. Relaxed. Now, I'm going to give you one other point to do with Shizentai. Let's do something with our hands. Remember what I showed you? Like this. Okay? The reason is, I'm just not standing here by myself, right? I've got an opponent coming. So to start out with, I'm in a natural posture. Okay? This is called right Shizentai. Because sometimes we fight, some of us are righties, the opportunity's there. You're here. This is left Shizentai. Doesn't make much difference. But with Shizentai, the samurai used to say, just keep that posture, be no place. Put your eyes maybe 20 feet behind you, or 10 feet. Look through the person. And I always like to tell little stories. When I first started in judo in Japan, I'm not that tall, but I am taller than the average Japanese I was fighting with. And there was one type of throw that they could throw me very easy. I'd be out there doing free practice and through the air I went, over and over. What were they doing? And they were little guys. Why were they throwing me?
Over the center of gravity.
Yeah, you know why? Because I was looking at him. And the guy drops down real low and I'm looking at him, and I'm looking at him, see why I went? So here's what I learned. And I learned to beat them all. Get a little guy comes up to me, he's a tiger. I just look this way, right over his head. You can't throw me. It works. If you look, and one of the things we do, we're not going to do here tonight, and your teacher might do it with you sometime, is you bring a bandana and you blindfold yourself while the other person is working with you. And you'll watch, if you're in a natural posture, you can turn your hips, you can move around. See, you're okay. You know, the reason that a lot of us get thrown sometimes is because we're a little scared of the other guy. He's so powerful. So we start doing that. And that guarantees losing. So if you have the power of Shizentai, I heard a story of a very high-ranking judo man who wasn't high-ranking then. He was training with a legend named Nagano, and, or Nagaoka, I think, sorry. He was 10th degree. And this teacher had a technique where he could throw you anytime he wanted. He used to do a split, just like that, fall. And so the student tells the story, who became a high-ranking judo guy himself, where he was so tired, and he said, he's going to throw me anyways. I'm not going to worry about it anymore. He was always fighting, so he wouldn't be thrown. So he just relaxed, Shizentai. And the teacher went in for the throw, and nothing happened. He said, teacher, do it again. And the teacher finally says, now you understand. Now, I personally had this experience. I had a teacher who could throw me anytime he wanted with his uchimata. And I knew it. He's not going to throw me. I went. One night, hard practice. I'm exhausted. It's in July in Japan. You're melting like butter on a stove. And he comes up to me. Yeah, he's going to throw me. Relax. Boom, nothing happened. I said, Sensei, moichido, do it again. 5, 6 times he did it. He couldn't throw me at all. All of a sudden, I realized the power actually the power of Shizentai, being relaxed and just being like that. And it works. And so now fighting hard, tough black belts, I was able to not worry about getting thrown. Now my mind is clear, and all I think about is how am I going to throw this guy? Not how am I not going to get thrown. I don't worry about that. How do I throw that guy? And that's your mind, right? You fight to win, right? Not to lose. Okay? So that is the power of Shizentai. And one way, again, of training with it, and if you have a time, sometime your teacher will, you try blindfolded. Someone blindfolds you, and you get the grip, and relax, lean on the person. Right? Now, one other little thing with Shizentai I have to mention, which isn't, here I'm just standing here, but when I have to fight with somebody, I have to pick up the feeling of their body to know where they are. So I have to lean on them a little bit. You follow me? Like a boxer. Just a little. I don't want to be like this. But I have to take that chance to be a part of the body. Now, anytime they move in, I can block them, see? So, for example, I'm just going to lay my hands on him here. Okay, come in for throws. See, just standing here, you notice he's not really knocking me off balance, because you know what happens is I can feel the high spot. I come in like your Haraigoshi. See, here. And as soon as he came in here, I just automatically, I'm leaning against this here. It blocks that. And once you have that feeling, you have the confidence. This doesn't mean you're going to block everyone, but it gives you a better chance to not get thrown and just worry about how am I going to make my technique work.